And if the main character is a girl, make sure she's married by the end. Or dead. Either way.
Excuse me?
3, let's go!
Hey, y'all.
Hello.
We are back with our Daisy Jones and the Six series.
Yep.
Episode 9. And we don't know what this episode yet again is going to be called. Great. Anyways, we watched episodes 4, 5, and 6 this past weekend.
This episode is a little bit later than the last one. We were planning on getting all of them out like on a Monday, but this one will be out on a Thursday. But I was thinking about it. It's okay because then you can like listen to this episode and then watch the new episodes after this.
As long as we get these out before Friday. Thursday morning, our time at least, we're good. Not putting that pressure on us. All right, so for episode 4 is called I Saw the Light. The Six get a taste of the life they've been working towards when their collaboration with Daisy becomes a hit. Rather than diffuse the friction between co-songwriters, this only exacerbates it until Camilla negotiates peace. Meanwhile, Graham wrestles with whether to profess his feelings for Karen at a house party in the canyon, knowing that a bad move could threaten the survival of the band.
Episode 5 is called Track 5, Fire. Fresh off their newly acquired fame and success, Daisy Jones and the Six gear up to record their first album together. However, when Billy and Daisy prove unwilling to collaborate on each other's material, they have no choice but to try and write something from the ground up together. This proves more challenging than either expected. Meanwhile, Karen sees a new side of Graham during a beach trip.
All right, the last episode is episode 6, Whatever Gets You Through the Night. The band records their seminal album, Aurora, the heart of which is the always complicated but typically fruitful collaboration between Billy and Daisy. As their working relationship intensifies, their personal relationship threatens to completely implode, causing Daisy to make an impulsive decision. Meanwhile, Camilla harbors a secret of her own. Okay, so that's basically a summary of all of the episodes of the second week of Daisy Jones and the Six. I would say we're like halfway there, I guess. We have 4 episodes left, actually, so that's kind of crazy.
And 2 weeks left, so then the next 2, like Thursdays/Fridays, they'll have 2 episodes each.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah. I'm sorry, my brain, it's almost 4 p.m. and anyways. So, it's almost coming to an end, which is... It feels like it's going by really fast, but...
Well, we talked about this, that reading the book, I personally read the book in a day. But I felt the experience when you read a book, specifically that book, it felt like I was there for a long time.
Yeah.
And even though you watch this series and each episode is basically an hour, so you're watching what?
3 hours?
No, but 3 hours a week, but then almost that's 12, right?
Yeah, 12 total.
No, that's 10, I think. 10 hours.
Yeah.
Or somewhere around there, 8 to 10 hours. That's a longer time than, you spend maybe reading the book, or maybe you spend more, but I don't know, we're within 300 pages or whatever, versus 8 hours. It seems like it should be longer, but it's not. And it kind of in a way, the book has more details, so it feels more personal and you're actually there. And then when you watch it, it's almost like you're looking at it from a different, further away lens.
Where you're just
you're witnessing it versus being there.
Yeah. So you're just that happened.
Yeah.
Let's go. What's next? Oh, that happened, I guess, too.
Which is, I think, why I always recommend reading a book before watching anything, too, because you do get that. And maybe I'm biased because I just love reading more, or it's more my thing, but I think you get more personal and it is more intimate than watching show or something. So I think, I don't know. Both are good and they both provide different things, but
it's going by really fast. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I also feel like I'm just like anticipating for the next episodes too. So then I'm like excited to sit down and watch, and then it's over, you know. But then I'm like, I know it's gonna happen, but I also like I just want the episodes now.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, I think with any book adaptation, it's either that the pace of how they tell the story is either going to be like sped up or it's going to be slowed down.
Yeah.
And I feel like in this instance, they kind of have a lot to cram in.
But imagine if it was a movie.
No, in a movie, movies are worse.
Be a movie.
That's why things have to become TV shows.
Yeah.
Like Evelyn Hugo should be a TV show, but.
Well, I think if you can, like, I don't know, like something I would think of as an example is like I could never see like To All the Boys I've Loved Before as a TV show.
Yeah.
I think it worked perfectly as a movie because it was like this one instance or like that was the focus. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But for Daisy Jones specifically, I think Taylor Jenkins Reid, her writing style, it is very episodic. If that makes sense, that it is everything is divided, like she has everything in sections and in acts
in the time periods
like it's Evelyn Hugo's the same way, Daisy Jones is like that, everything's separated in like their own way, so it makes sense for it to be a show, right? Because like we were able to predict what these last episodes were going to be, and then now we have a peek into what these next two episodes are going to be, but even then we're still like, oh, I think this is going to happen for that.
So again, this is going to be a spoiler episode. There are major spoilers. I mean, even if you read the book, there are a lot more plot twists in these set of episodes than you would have expected, even if you knew like the general plot of the book.
We talked about this last time that the book had a lot of unreliable narration, and so the difference between it being like an article or a book, that was what the book was, Daisy Jones and the Six, the book, that's what that structure was supposed to be, versus the show is more of a documentary.
Yeah.
And in that you're seeing footage of was captured by Camilla. You're seeing footage of that time of them being together, but you're also seeing the real life, like what actually happened. So we get snippets of them talking and saying, oh, this happened, but then you see in reality what happened.
And there's a big contrast to what they say versus what happens.
But I personally, and we talked about this, I think it works.
Yeah.
For the
it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, because we're just going to jump into it. I'm not even going in chronological order because I'm just going to the straight point that happened. Is Billy and Daisy kissed.
Yeah.
And if you have not read the book, or you did read the book and you forgot, they never said that they kissed.
They were close.
Almost kissed. And actually in the book, Billy's the one that pulls away. Daisy's the one that goes in for it, and Billy's like, no. But in this show, this was in episode 6, so the last episode of the little set. Billy goes in for the kiss, and they kiss. Yeah. But I love it because they don't even say it in the it cuts to like their documentary, like their interviews, and they don't even say that we did kiss. And we, from the book we know they didn't even say they kissed, but it's like that the in between of the fine line of what they remember and are telling the interviewer and what actually happened. Yeah. And in reality, they did kiss.
Well, because Julia asked Billy, well, how did you get her to sing like that? Because, I mean, if you watch the episode, Billy and her fought. She wasn't really into wanting to sing the song that he wrote for her, but he wanted her to sing a certain way. And so how did he do it? He pushed her to her limit by kissing her.
Personally, I don't really understand that. Like, I get it. I mean, are we supposed to believe that him kissing her made her like so happy and full of emotion and passion that she's saying that good?
Yeah. He manipulated her and is using her, and it's sad.
But I don't also think that's realistic.
No, I don't
think you're like, I would be like more irritated.
Yeah, I'd be like, why
I'd
the
be
heck
like-
did you just kiss
I'd
me?
be like,
like,
I'd be like, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
So that's one part I was confused about.
and then that just led to him giving mixed signals to her basically on where their relationship was.
Yeah. And also in a way too, like we were talking about the speed of the show, it felt very fast.
Yeah.
Like they, episodes 4 and 5, because that was before episode 6. We watched them collaborate and write the music.
Yeah, for a long time.
For a long time, basically those 2 episodes, that's what that is them like, hashing out their beef basically, and then becoming friends and writing those songs, and then they kind of form a friendship, but then they also have like these feelings, right? Or because they have this connection and they're getting to know each other, and they're like, hey, we're more alike than what we think or like what we want to be. Like they don't want to be like each other, but they are. And so there's that connection. But I'm also like, in the book it was just very like, I felt like we had more time with them. So I'm also lacking that, if that makes sense. Like it's one of those where you get thrown into it, and I feel like I'm only here and I only understand it because I read the book.
Yeah.
But if I didn't read the book, I would be kind of lost in understanding how it got to that point.
Yeah.
Also in the context that he has a wife and children and a family with Camilla, and he's able to have that deep connection with Daisy too, is what I'm saying. Is because he has more, it's harder for him to get there than like the normal man.
But it's like, how did he get there so fast?
So I would have liked more. And I know they have to propel the story, and I know like in this time, the timeline is correct though, if we're looking at it. Like, them riding Aurora, her, going to that party, cutting her foot, which was all in the book. That is realistic to, them almost kissing. Like that happened, in the book during that time. But it just felt like there was more time in the book than
you got
show.
more connected to, I think you get connected to Billy and Daisy as they are, whether you like them or dislike them. But I think we're not, you want to like them because you liked them in the book.
Yes.
And you want to like feel connected to them. But it's like, also like, I want more, I want to see more of you guys. Like, I don't want this to just, it to be like, oh, we have feelings for each other, like we're attracted, we're magnetic, whatever. Like, I want to be like, oh my gosh, just get together already. Like, stop your like, tension and teasing and flirting. Like, just come on. And then now it's like they just kissed and
well, it's like and you can feel that intensity, right? But you're also like, you just wish there was more. Again, like you were saying, I only feel that way, and I'm only believe it because I read the book. So to me and you, there's more context.
Like I do like
what
them.
The show is giving. And I was gonna say too, it's very interesting because we're making our parents watch this show. And they obviously didn't read the book, even though we wanted them to, but they didn't read the book. And listening to like them, my dad absolutely hates Billy. Like he thinks he's
he has an issue with the cast.
Well, yeah, but he just has like he's like, I just don't understand that he's like selfish, and understandably, right? But like as someone who read the book, I'm like, no, like Dad, like you don't understand. Like there's just so many layers, and like no one really ends up, saving each other. Like, I'm just like trying to explain it to him because he didn't read the book, but it's like his perspective as just watching the show, and then our perspective of like watching the book,
reading the book,
watching the book. I watched the book too.
Yeah, you did.
Reading the book in my head, reading the book and then watching the show. We have like more support behind us, and so in that, I think like I'm defending the story, even though really I'm just like defending the book, but like also I'm seeing his points, and even though I'm fighting them, like their points make sense too, because it's like them looking at just the show versus us are like we come in with the book.
So we have like better context, and we know the characters more than other people who just watch the show do.
I will say though, I 100% do love Daisy better than I loved like her in the book, and I just think that's her coming to life through Riley.
Such an amazing job. Like
Like, because
phenomenal.
I thought that, like, I mean, she is crazy, you know, and she's like off the walls and she's like not okay. But I see her more as like the free-spirited, like girl boss in this show. Like, who's just like, I'm gonna do what I want.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what to do. Like, you know, I'm gonna go my own way. You tell me what you're gonna do, but that's not gonna influence me. Like, that's how I see her in the show. And to me, when I read the book, I just thought she was always high in a mess.
Yeah.
Which she still is.
Yes.
But like, I think in the show it kind of humanizes her in my eyes.
Well, you're rooting for her, you know, and then you kind of, because you are rooting for her and you do like her more, you're kind of like against Billy because you're like, stop messing with her. Like,
well, especially in these last episodes, I thought he just like, he was just really, like we were saying, manipulative. Like, you're like, you're just a terrible human.
Like, what are you doing?
Like, you know, like, he wants both Camilla and he wants Daisy.
Yeah, you can't have both women, buddy. So
both women are providing and giving him something, but he's like totally like tearing both of them apart.
Yeah, and putting them against each other too.
Yeah,
let me make a point.
But even though Camilla, I mean, in episode 4, we're like kind of all over the place.
I know we are.
But episode 4, she invited Daisy.
Yeah, that was a sweet moment.
And we loved that. And it was supportive.
Yes.
And there was a clip, I don't know if everybody else saw it, but the clip that was like, Daisy, we're family, like family takes care of each other. Amazon Prime like posted that, but it was like out of context.
A lot of the things that they're posting are
out of context. They're kind of weird.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime not like adding you, but also kind of weird. Just saying.
You need to be better at that, please.
But it's like her being like, you know, you're a part of the family, like, and we'll take care of you is more so the premise. But go ahead. We were saying about them putting them against each other.
Oh yeah, because I think we just had that like one small little scene because she's never met Daisy, but obviously like everyone in the band is probably talking about her and she wants to know and meet her. And so we get this sweet, like, I mean, I guess there's 2 moments where you get to see Camilla like, I guess, sympathizing for Daisy, you know, and like almost like how she is with Billy, but in a different way.
Which one?
Like how she just wants, like, I'm here for you, you know, like type of way with, I mean, the family scene. But also, I think like her inviting her really shows her character, you know, like, okay, my husband for some reason is having this weird thing going on with you, but I want to meet you, so you're invited to our house. And I think that shows that the relationship. And Billy, what he does is because after that, we see him get more connected and feel feelings for Daisy. He kind of puts them against each other because then it ends up that Daisy does want Billy, you know, but he's manipulating her, and then he's married to Camilla. So,
what men do to women, am I right?
Yeah,
I'm just saying we should just stick together.
I
don't hate men, but...
And that's why we have Karen Circo. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen,
Karen on the topic of... Before we move on to Karen,
okay,
I wanted to talk about Camilla, especially episode 6.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 4, episode 5, we just slowly see her, like, start to kind of almost decompose.
Yeah.
And, like, turn within herself and, I don't know, just, like, you know, like, get really sad and, like...
Oh, yeah, like with the police song and all that.
Yeah, well, the police song, that was crazy, that lie that Billy told her, and then Daisy was like, oh, no, he wrote that. That was crazy.
Broke my heart, man.
But, like, she's just, like, slowly, like, just...
Yeah.
You know, and that's really, really sad. But in episode 6, and we had this prediction, and I guess everybody else did too.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty obvious. They can't just, like, stick something in there without it being, like, you know, not there being, like, a string is what I'm going to say along it. Like, they have to tie things together. So it's not even revealed. Nothing is shown except them talking, but it is implied that Eddie and Camilla cheat. Or Camilla cheats on Billy.
She has an affair with him.
You know what?
Good for her.
She's got to do what she's got to do. Billy is, if not physically cheating before the kiss, he has been emotionally cheating.
He's an arsehole.
Wow.
Okay.
You know, so like that's different from the book, obviously.
Yes.
We did note that in the book she did cheat. I think we believe it's before they're married.
Yeah.
She had like a high school sweetheart that she like I don't know, cheated with Billy when Billy was cheating on her in the first
Yeah.
place, which I also wanted to note because I saw something on there saying that Camilla before, like, okay, she did care when, like, she caught him with the groupies
Yeah.
and stuff on tour. But why this matters more is because he wasn't, he was drunk. He was high. He was under the influence. He wasn't there and is with these girls that he never met. Versus Daisy is somebody that he knows, has an emotional connection with, and he's completely sober. So to her, Daisy is so much more
of a threat,
damaging.
Yeah.
And him cheating, because it's not really, I mean, Daisy can't blame the woman when it's the man.
Yeah.
You know? That's why Billy cheating on Camilla with Daisy is so much more painful for her.
Well, it's the whole physical cheating versus emotionally cheating.
And he's doing both with Daisy.
Yeah, he's basically doing both. But I think first it's the emotional cheating.
Yeah.
And that, like you said, it does hurt. I think it hurts people more than the physical, you know?
Yeah.
Because, like, that means that there's a connection there that you don't have with your spouse.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean everywhere. It's like emotional cheating is so much more damaging because it's like...
Yeah. And I think that's where, like, Camilla was just like, I'm done with this. Like, I just need to feel something.
It's her breaking point.
Yeah, she hit it.
Which
she found it with Eddie.
Do I think, though, I don't think, and it would be crazy if they did this, I don't think Daisy and Billy are going to do anything else. I mean, we've already seen a clip about next week's episodes where, like, they're fighting, but, like, they're, like, in each other's faces, close. And it looks like they're about to, like, Billy, like, actually wants to kiss. Like, you can look at and see it. And he's like, literally got to kiss. Because apparently all they can do is, like, angrily kiss each other. But I don't think they're going to do anything else besides that. And I think that's what, like, again, in the book, never kissed, right? And that's almost what made the connection in that relationship so different. I don't know where this Eddie and Camilla thing is going. And apparently everyone thinks that it's going to be longer. Yeah. That it's, like you said, it's going to be an affair. I don't know.
I don't know either. But I think that's a thing that the showrunner, whoever made up that idea, whoever it is, that's something that I think shocked the book readers.
Yes. Did we see things on Twitter? This is what everybody has to know.
Twitter's awful.
We only on Thursday. What? No, you worked on Thursday night, so we can only watch. We watched almost 2 episodes. We didn't get to watch the third one, and the 6th episode was like had the most action.
Yeah.
And so we didn't get to watch that one. Don't go to Twitter when this happens. We learned our lesson because literally clips and pictures everywhere. And so we knew it was going to happen. It wasn't a surprise, which I'm kind of sad about because then my viewing experience wasn't extravagant because I knew it was going to happen. But...
Well, we just need to have Thursday off for the next 2 weeks because if you don't watch it, then we're screwed. Just delete Twitter. You can't escape it. Like I mean, it's my fault, but I look up things.
I texted her and I sent her. I was like, "Oh, I know something, and this is gonna be crazy." Like when we watch this episode,
it's gonna tell you if you didn't. If you didn't say anything,
and she was like, "Oh, bro, I already saw it," and I'm like, "Oh my god, we're both."
It's out of habit. I just click on Twitter and then it just comes up.
I know you can't hide it.
You can mute words and stuff, but it doesn't work. People post crap anyways.
I didn't know that.
I muted words. I didn't mute like people because that's kind of weird. But all right. Anyways, moving on. So, and I will say I really did like the chemistry though. The chemistry between Sam Claflin and Riley is just phenomenal.
They do a good job, but I think it's the plot more so of the story and the episodes that is lacking because you can tell they're really trying and it is believable in a way, but I think they needed more time for us to genuinely believe
their connection.
Yeah.
But I think they do have they have a lot of chemistry.
Like, did I go back and replay a scene? What episode? No, that was the 6th episode.
What did you replay? It's been a week.
No, remember when he was staring at her?
Yeah. Whenever they were replaying her song.
It was either the 5th or the 6th episode.
Yeah.
And they were replaying this song, and I was like, he was looking at her like
Giving the lovey-dovey eyes.
She was the only woman in the room.
Yeah.
And I replayed it a couple times to look
How
at
he
it.
stares at her is just...
And maybe I went like this. Maybe I hid my face and banged my head against the wall.
I do that a lot during this series,
Yeah.
not gonna lie. I just go fake.
Well, it's like, again, more so like
Slam my
the
head.
acting and their execution.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Moving
We
on.
gotta go to Karen.
Moving on.
and-
Karen and Graham, another thing that, okay, like they were bound to happen. If you know what happens in the book, they have a secret relationship. It's not really an affair, but they do have a relationship. Camilla does know about it, which I believe that was in the book. She did know about it. But however, in the show, he ends up with another girl and has her as his girlfriend at first. And then they go on a beach. They go to the beach, and then Karen gets jealous. And I feel like that is so... I thought it was great because it's so real. Like, you know, like if you see a man with your man, if you see a man that you're attracted to or want with another woman, you can't not feel jealous.
What's the chase?
Yeah.
It's like you want them
Because,
or no, you don't want them when
Yeah.
they want you, but then they move on and you're like,
Yeah, you're like,
but I want you back now.
yeah.
But now you look good with that girl,
Yeah,
so
guys.
I want you.
So I want you back with me.
Yeah.
So I liked
I
that.
think we're all a little guilty of that.
Yeah.
Not pointing anybody out, but
Not calling names out, but
you know, we all been through that.
yeah, so I liked that. I think that was very real. And I think that's what, there was something that had to take her to realize he was like, you know, like she was attracted to him and wanted him.
Yes.
Because it was almost like how we know Graham is head over heels with Karen in love, but she does like him, but it's not the same as he does for her.
Yeah.
So there has to be something that gets her to be like, yes, let's see how this goes in secret.
Which was crazy for her to make out with him and basically attack him when
In
that
front of the
girlfriend was in the car outside. It was crazy.
The nerve she had. I would
Yeah.
be like, I think you should break up with your girlfriend. Break up with your girlfriend.
The one thing I will say
Lord.
is I wish that they weren't so like she wasn't so embarrassed to be with him, but I understand that's the dynamic of their relationship and like it almost has to happen because of like their different personalities.
Yeah.
But I do love and I do understand what she said when she was talking about how like we can't be together because you know, like I think it just speaks to the experience as a woman in general. Maybe not so much nowadays, but especially back then that when as a man it's easy for you, you know, like nothing's going to change for you, but as a woman, if people know that we're together, everything changes for me.
Yeah.
You know, because I just won't be the pianist, I won't be the keyboardist, you know, I'll be the girlfriend of the guitarist.
Yeah.
You know, and that, again, I think that speaks, and Karen is such a empowering feminist character in her own right in the story, and you see that in different you know, she's the one that we forgot to mention, she's the one that picks up Daisy from
Daisy calls her
the jail, which is just like, again, these little moments of like girl power, or you're like, yes, you know, but
yeah.
I respect Karen and I love that for her, but it also makes me sad because I think they're both deserving. And, you know, as the story goes on, more things will be revealed that happened in the book. But
well, I think that it's like she does want a relationship, you know. Unfortunately, she doesn't want to have a family, but she knows the consequences of what it would be like if she were to, like, I guess, make it public to other people.
And she's very ambitious. She has a lot of dreams and wants things for her life and still wants success and to continue, because I mean she probably hopes that she'll stay with the Six and Daisy Jones, you know, forever, but like we know the reality, it was from the beginning that they're gonna break up, you know, and she's left bands before either breaking up or they just failed, so she knows that
it's a possibility,
it's a journey, and it's more like a personal journey than it is as much as she wants it to be a group journey. It's not. So
I think that's it.
So we ended episode 6 to find that Daisy is in Italy, which for the people that don't be knowing what happens in the book, that's a little crazy, but we all know who read the book what's going to happen.
And that's insane. No.
And it's going to be interesting. I think we're going to see drama. It's gonna
I feel like it's going to be because like how they let it up with the plot and how it's going. It's kind of like a cause and an effect.
Yeah.
Type of situation, which while reading the book, I didn't see that or recognize that. By the way, she gets married. That's what happens. She goes to Italy and she marries a man.
But I think it's like a
context. Sorry.
It's also based on, like, we're seeing these patterns in these characters too. And like Daisy, didn't realize this reading the book, but watching the show, this is her pattern of running away from her problems or her feelings. She ran away from home. She ran away, and now she's running away from the band because she's confronted with a bunch of.
And she's kind of like spontaneous and impulsive in that way, where she's just
more impulsive.
I'm just going to get up and I'm going to go. And I don't care who calls me or who wants to know. I'm just going.
What's their free-spirited nature?
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. Predictions. I mean, we've already seen some clips of what's going to happen. I think they're going to end up going on tour with Aurora. She's going to have like her little Italy episode, get married, blah, blah, blah. And then she's going to come back, I think, for the Aurora tour. We know from the book that her husband goes on tour with them. And I think we're going to see her get even crazier. Or not crazy, but just like she's going to break a lot. She's going to not be steady. She's going to be unstable.
Yeah.
She's going to be under the influence more. He's not going to be a good influence. So I think that's what we're expecting to see. Also, apparently, in clips, it looks like the band defends Daisy at some point, hitting the husband or, getting the husband away. Looks like Billy ends up hitting him.
Yeah.
Billy ends up hitting Eddie at some point. So maybe he finds out about the affair or the cheating, whatever. I don't know if it's going to happen in the next 2.
I feel like it might happen in the last 2.
I think this is just going to be the tour.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And I also do think we're going to see more of Karen and Graham and their relationship.
I love the little, subplots.
And maybe we'll have the big thing that happens between them that separates them, but I don't know.
If not this little section, it'll be the 7th episode. Oh no, what is it? No, we're watching 7th and 8th this time. The 9th episode.
Yeah, definitely.
My theory for the 10th episode is, and I'm just putting it out there, I think it's gonna be they're gonna reunite.
Yeah.
I kind of hope that happens.
I think Julia will be revealed.
If not, maybe the 9th episode, though.
Yeah.
But if not, the 10th.
I think everything is going to be revealed at the end of why they made it.
They reunite. Like, we actually see that instead of
that'd be cute and bittersweet.
If not, like, a waving in the distance, like they're meeting up for coffee or something.
Stop.
like the cinematic where they're, in the distance.
Yeah. And no music at all.
Yeah.
Like,
and then,
completely
they're,
silent.
Billy does, his little smile where he goes,
yeah.
Like the ow.
Oh,
sorry. That's my move. All right, guys.
We gotta go.
Yeah. This is a kind of long episode, but I feel like it's good with filled with good stuff.
Yeah, because we got deeper into the plot, deeper with the characters.
Yeah.
So it's bound to happen.
Yeah. Let us know what you thought about these past episodes, what you thought about our podcast episode.
Yeah.
If there's anything that you want us to know, any theories, predictions, thoughts.
On Spotify, I know that it asks questions, so feel free to answer that because we're actually want to know what you guys think, because I think it's interesting to know, or everyone has different opinions and views on everything, so I think it'd be fun to look at that. So we'll see you next week.
Yes.
Well, after we watch the next set of episodes, make sure to follow us on Instagram for all our fun content, and also on Twitter and TikTok. We're pretty much super active on those, I guess, maybe a little bit, but we got fun content coming ahead, so you best be
following. All right, guys. See you later. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Love you. Bye. Bye. Bye.